Hey Pet Biz Pros, Alyssa here from pawsfordesign.com. Today I want to talk to you about 5 low-cost but high-value ways to market your pet biz. Now each of these deserves their own video and that will be coming soon, but in the meantime I wanted to talk to you about these 5 and give you the highlights of the cost that is associated with each and why they're worth it. So let's get started. First, let's talk email marketing. What does it cost? Mainly your time. You can purchase the high-end things like Aweber or the premium versions of MailChimp and Constant Contact, but with the latter two, they both have free options until your email list gets fairly large. So you can try them out with the free versions, see what it's worth to you, and keep going from there. But why is it worth the time? Time's money. The main reason that email marketing is worth it is the reach is way better than any other social media. It's a great way to keep your clients informed, and it's an area that your clients actually expect you to be marketing to them and are totally okay with it. So that's something that you're not going to find pretty much anywhere else on the internet. So that alone makes it really worth your time because you're able to tell them about your sales, tell them about things that are going on, and not feel like you might be getting a little spammy. They expect this kind of stuff. So that's totally worthwhile to invest your time in. Number 2, a blog on your website. The cost for this one, once again, is your time. Why is it worth it? Well, it establishes authority in the areas that your business is positioning itself as having expertise. So let's say you're a pet groomer and you decide to write a blog post about how to properly brush a dog to the skin to maintain a dog's coat while in between grooming appointments. This shows that you're a professional, you know what you're talking about, and it creates value for your clients. It helps start building a deeper relationship because they're going to look to you for more advice since you've been good about communicating it and helpful for them. So they're more likely to come back to you when they need to know other things. Blogs have a lot of other benefits too that I'll go into a lot deeper at another point in time, but search engine optimization is a big one, and you can use this content in things like your email marketing. So those are the big reasons that taking the time to do a blog post fairly regularly are definitely worth it for you in the long run. Number 3, giveaways, sweepstakes, and promotions. Now this one actually costs something. It definitely costs your time, and it costs the money for whatever kind of prize you're offering. And it can also cost a little bit for promoting it. So that can really vary depending on what kind of prize you want to do, all that kind of stuff. I'll be going into that into a lot of detail, but generally speaking, try and make sure that your prize is relevant to your audience and that it doesn't cost you a huge amount, but still has a good high perceived value for your customers. Why is it worth it? Well, it's killer exposure. You'll get in front of people that you probably haven't gotten in front of before because people love giveaways and they love to share those and tell everybody they can about them. And it's just great exposure. The way that you set up your sweepstakes or giveaway and everything else can also help you grow other things like your email list. And if you do good follow-up, even for the people that don't win, they can turn into long-term customers. So all in all, I think that it's really worthwhile, especially if you can keep the costs low. Number 4, Facebook groups. Now, networking in Facebook groups only costs you your time and can be a really powerful tool to help your word of mouth and start building relationships with your customers. So that's the main why, is building word of mouth and building relationships. You can do this by answering questions that are pertinent to your knowledge on different groups and sharing some of your other information that you know about, like blog posts if they're relevant, all that kind of stuff. It's a great way to just get to know what your customers are concerned about in your area, what they need to know more about, how you can help them, all that kind of stuff. It's great just as much for research as it is for actually connecting with people. And the way that you got to go about doing that is you can't be really spammy. So I'll go into the real etiquette of how to do that, but trust me, it's worth it. It's the way that I built my business almost completely. So it's a very powerful tool to utilize networking and getting to know your customers better. So finally, number 5, we have video marketing. Go figure, somebody on YouTube is going to tell you video marketing is an important thing. Now, this can sound like it could be really costly and all sorts of stuff. You know, I have a nice rig, but you can do something as simple as using your smartphone. You've got a camera right there. You can totally still do stuff with this. In my description down here, there will be a link to Roberto Blake's recent YouTube video that talks about using a smartphone for video marketing and how you can get really good looking results from that and not have to spend a whole lot of money doing it. Why should you do that? Well, it's the most engaged with type of media that's put on the internet these days. Doesn't matter what social media platform you're on, video is always the most engaging. And if you want customers paying attention to you, you want the most engaging stuff you have out there. Another reason, again, you're establishing authority, you're showing that you're knowledgeable, people will build a bit of a relationship with you just because they've seen you talking. You know, you kind of have a little bit of a face-to-face thing almost going on with them. So that's really another way to establish that trust that's so important. And you're creating value for your customers. They're learning things from you that are worthwhile. And creating value like that builds a really strong relationship once again. So those are my 5 low-cost, high-value ways to market your pet biz. I will be updating the description below as I do different videos that elaborate on each of these, and I'm really excited to do this series for you guys. So I hope this was helpful. Please, if you have any questions, post them in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. So like this video if you like it. Please don't forget to subscribe, and as always, remember that together we can make your pet biz amazing.